Hi guys, it's Dave here from The Humble Trekker. I'm out in the woods and I'm going to give you the 3-step method to tarp tenting on cold winter nights. The 3 most important steps you're going to be thinking about if you're considering or you're planning on going out for tarp tenting for the first time in 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's 18 to 20 degrees Celsius temperatures. And I'm talking about minimal kit, not flashy, common man gear. Information for you that's going to make your time in the woods more enjoyable. Okay, first up, let's have a quick look at my loadout. You see I've got a 30 litre pack. It's not too large, it's just enough for one night, food and gear. Okay, so what's the first step? Let's look at it together. Okay, so I found my spot. When you're looking to place your tarp, you want to take as much advantage of the natural features as you can. Whether that's you can use trees or rock faces like this I've found here to help you protect you from the wind. When you find a likely spot, determine which direction the wind's coming from. So you can place the entrance to your tarp against that. Check your weather forecast so you can know if it's going to snow, if it's going to blow up in the night, so you know how much time and attention you need to take to making your tarp set up taut and weatherproof. Also, you're going to have to make sure you've got enough trees and tie-up points around your tarp location to tie your tarp to, because more likely than not you're going to have frozen ground. So using tent pegs is going to be your secondary choice. You primarily want to be tying out to trees. So I'm going to take another shot of this location so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, important to work out where you're going to lay your roll mat. I'm going to put it down here. You can see I've tramped down the snow and cleared away snow. To the left hand side here, it's the highest point and the lowest point is down here, so my head's going to be here. This is also chosen because the wind is blowing in this direction. So I'm planning to make an anvil or a wedge type tarp, so it's going up in this direction. The entrance is going to be here. And then when you've got that in your mind's eye, then you've got to think about, have you got trees to tie all this to? And I can see I've got one tree there for one of the ends of the ridge line, and then I've got a nice sturdy one there for the other end of the ridge line. I've got a tree there for one tie-up point. I've got a tree behind me here for another tie-up point. I've got a couple of little ones down there that might come handy. Here is the final tarp construction. As you can see, I've got the entrance at the top of the hill facing away from the wind, and it's following the natural contours of the mountain face there. So the next stage you could pile some snow up on top there, so if it did blow up, the actual snow would freeze down on top of it. I've used tent pegs around it. Another tip is that you take your snow, you pack it around your tent pegs, and then it'll freeze around your tent pegs, and that'll keep them in even though they're not only in a couple of inches into the dirt because it's frozen. But if you pack your snow around it, you're going to have to be fine with them. Okay, let's have a look inside it and I'll show you the features within this Hi guys, here I am sitting in the tarp construction now. I've got the wall behind me and you see the tarp above my head. And you can see I'm sitting there on my arse. My head's not hitting the roof at all. I've got plenty of space down here. I've got several square metres in here. I could put in a little stove in there, cook up some water, cook up whatever I wanted to. There's plenty of room to move around in here. One more feature, which is not for the faint-hearted, but you see I've got a little entrance there. That's not the back door. When you sleep out in the cold, your urine bladder, it gets smaller, it shrinks down. You have to go to the toilet more often during the night. There's 2 things you can do to combat this. Is don't drink before you go to sleep. Leave it an hour so you manage to empty your bladder. But number 2 is you probably will need to go in the night time. And you don't want to be climbing out in the snow, in the dark, to do that. So what can you do? Well, that little hole there is, chaps, you get on your knees and you piss out of it. And it's going downhill. So there won't be any problems. The last step is the ritual going to bed.
You're going to want to insulate from yourself from the floor, so a good quality roll mat as a minimum. You're going to have a good quality 4 season sleeping bag, or you can, whatever keeps you warm, that's your choice. But whatever you're choosing, make sure you've practiced with it, because in cold weather, when you may be moving around on this cold ground, you don't want to be, you know, flailing around like a harpooned whale on the beach. You want to get in and out, no fuss, no muss. Make sure you're not, no part of you's touching your roof of your tarp, because that's going to freeze during the night, and it's going to, you don't want to wake up your face stuck to a frozen tarp. That is deeply uncomfortable. And what I like, after I put up my tarp, is a reward of a hot drink. And don't be proud, we're common men, bring a flask of coffee from home, because you know, I don't normally get out until 10 or 11 after I've worked, spent time with the family, maybe come to the gym, and I come out to spend the night in the outdoors. So, you know, get your shelter built up, get a nice cup of coffee inside here, and you can sit back or lay back and enjoy the great outdoors. And there's something very special about spending winter nights out. You can see the snow, you can see all the tracks of the animals in the snow. The sounds are completely different. You see the trees differently, the shades of the bark is completely differently. So I really enjoy it, and I hope you do too when you get out. Please tell me about your experiences in the comments. Leave me your tips for winter camping to me, because I'm always learning. I want to know more tips about winter camping, because I think it's a huge area to explore. Please try and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me.